There were no two bigger chart tunes in 2011 than Party Rock Anthem and Sexy and I Know It. LMFAO took over the world with their brand of silly but fun dance pop blowouts, which had everyone from your 3-year-old nephew to your 80-year-old grandma shuffling. Consisting of members Redfoo and SkyBlu, LMFAO held the #1 spot across the world. If they weren't trying to escape dancing zombies in Party Rock Anthem, they were gyrating in their speedos for Sexy and I Know It. In short, they were loud, brash, and infectious. We imagine there are still many people out there who consider them a secret guilty pleasure. But after 2 ginormous hits, their final release and title track from their album Sorry for Party Rocking completely stalled on the charts. It seemed the public didn't want these 2 larger-than-life party monsters being apologetic. Many assumed they would just buckle down and get to work on the next collection of catchy club thumpers, but then the unexpected happened, an indefinite hiatus. Less than a year after owning the pop world, the duo, who are actually a nephew and uncle combo related to the legendary Motown founder Berry Gordy, decided to go their separate ways. To be fair, it came shortly after performing with Madonna at the Super Bowl halftime show, and you can't get much bigger than that. But still, you'd have thought they would have had one last shuffle together in them. This is what Redfoo said at the time of the split. I feel like we've been doing this for so long, 5 or 6 years, and we're kind of like saying, well, let's just do what's natural and just kind of explore that, instead of forcing it all the time. All the music that I'm going to make is always going to be LMFAO-ish. I love all the topics we talked about. I was really passionate about bringing party music to the world, so I will always be making some kind of party music. Redfoo didn't waste any time in delivering good on his promise, putting out his first solo song called Bring Out the Bottles towards the end of 2012. Lo and behold, LMFAO-ish was a good way to describe it. Pulsing beats, club snits, and party-led lyrics out in full force. Only one thing was missing though. It didn't hit quite as hard as a LMFAO single might have. In fact, it didn't even chart in the UK and the US. Redfoo went on to release multiple singles, with the songs Let's Get Ridiculous and New Thing peaking at #1 and #3 respectively on the ARIA charts. This was thanks to him landing a gig as a judge on the show X Factor in Australia. His solo dream was seemingly coming true, in Australia at least. But then, Redfoo teamed up with Play and Skills, Little John, and McFly for a new track titled Literally I Can't, which was basically the response for anyone who heard it. The track suffered a massive backlash for being misogynistic, which wasn't a good look for Redfoo. Following the disaster that was Literally I Can't, he announced that he wouldn't be returning to the X Factor, and then his next solo single, Juicy Wiggle, limped into the Australian chart at #29. But Redfoo's brush with reality TV didn't stop there. In January of 2015, he was one of the celebrities to compete in the 20th season of Dancing with the Stars. Unluckily for him though, he was eliminated in the first week. That didn't stop him from finally putting out his debut album, Party Rock Mansion. Despite the collection featuring a collaboration with Stevie Wonder and a tie-in with the latest Alvin and the Chipmunks movie at the time, it was a commercial flop. It sold 144 copies in its first week on sales in Australia. Ouch. Nevertheless, Uncle Redfoo is still living his best party rock life. The rapper continues to put out Pokey Mondays videos on his YouTube channel, which takes a look behind the scenes of his wild life. He also has his own brand of emojis called Foomojis, available on the App Store. And of course, he does a gig here and there too. As for SkyBlu, who only goes by Sky, spelled with the number 8, he has actually kept a more low-key profile. He waited until 2013 to finally launch his solo project, releasing 2 singles titled Pop Bottles and Salute. He then later decided to give his first collection away for free. If you were hoping for that LMFAO reunion soon, then I have some bad news for you. Sky slammed his former bandmate and uncle in a Facebook post, accusing him of trying to claim all of the LMFAO royalties for himself. The way you belittle people and your crazy power trips was some of the main reasons our relationship as family and partnership has greatly suffered. Unlike you, I didn't take the LMFAO brand for myself. Your vibe and style since our last show together is completely a half-assed version of LMFAO. Sky also revealed the true reason the band fell apart, and it stems from a back injury he suffered at the height of their success. My back went out right before a big arena show in 2011. You went out and performed, but then you left on the tour bus without seeing me. In fact, you didn't speak to me after that for about a year, which is around the time you announced our hiatus. As someone who really cared, loved and had your back, this really hurt. I mean, you're my uncle, my blood. You even kept touring as LMFAO and made a lot of money doing it. You never once called me to ask me how I was recovering. You just kept shuffling every day without me. I really loved you. I looked up to you, man. But the more successful we got, the more you wanted to control. It is safe to say that the two will not be reuniting anytime soon, if ever. According to Sky, Redfoo severely damaged the brand, especially with the last album that he released. You tried to sell happiness, but you're not a happy person. No matter how hard you try, LMFAO will never be the same without me. Well folks, there you have it. If we don't know anything at all, what we know for certain is that they aren't laughing their effing asses off anymore. Every day I'm shuffling. Thank you so much for watching. I am Publius. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.